Hey everyone, this is Scott Neal with Scott Neal Real Estate, and today I want to bring you a very important topic for home sellers, and that is beware of wholesalers. So, what is wholesaling? Wholesaling is a very simple tactic that real estate investors use, right? The way this works is the real estate investor will go to the homeowner, offer them a certain price, put them under contract, and then immediately they turn right around and they try to sell that property before they actually close on it to another end user. So, just a quick example, let's say the investor comes to you, the homeowner, and says, "Hey, I'll give you $200,000 for your property." You say, "Okay, not really what I wanted, but sounds good to me." Then the wholesaler turns right around and goes and markets that property for an increased price. Say $210,000, $250,000, whatever he feels like he can get out there in the open marketplace. And so the wholesaler, the way that they're making their money is the difference between what they offered you and what they're trying to sell it to for somebody else. Okay, so I guess what's the problem? Well, the problem is number one, these people do not represent you and they're typically not licensed. And if they are licensed, they have no fiduciary responsibility to you, the home seller, to help you get the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassles. So everything is designed to help them get the absolute best spread that they can between the price that they offer you and the price that they get out in the open market. Now, number two, these companies typically do not have the funds to actually go close on the property if it comes down to where they're not able to go find another buyer. And typically they have zero intention of actually going through with the purchase if they can't find another end buyer. This just happened to a client of mine. We had a wholesaler that was going to be purchasing their property. Their buyer dropped out at the last minute, and 24 hours before we were supposed to go close and close on their next house, they sent us our earnest money back and said, "Sorry, we're not going to be buying the property." And then number three, they still have to go find an end user. So if they are not licensed and don't represent your best interest, if they typically don't even have the funds and they still have to try to sell the property for you, they are really not helping you at all, whereas a real estate agent can actually cover all of those things for you. They are licensed. They have a fiduciary responsibility to look out for your best interest, get you the best bottom line in the shortest amount of time. And then they're still going to have to try to sell the property anyway. So how can you actually protect yourself against getting into one of these types of situations? My experience has been that the typical homeowner does not know the difference between someone who's actually going to be buying their home and someone who's just trying to flip the contract like a wholesaler. So here's some things that you can do. If you ever meet with somebody like that, the first thing that you want to ask them is, are you going to be buying my home or are you going to wholesale my home? And there's some ways that you can verify that. If they say they are going to, then you want to see their name on the contract. And if they're a company, then you want to see that they have the ability to sign on behalf of that company. Now, number two, you want to avoid or assigns contracts or assignee contracts, which would basically say in the buyer line that it's a certain person or company is going to be purchasing the contract or whoever they assign it to. That's a big red flag. Number three, you're going to want to verify their proof of funds or their ability to finance the property. So if they say that they're a cash buyer, you want to see a bank statement in their name or their company name with the amount of money that's going to be required to purchase that property. Or if they're not going to be getting good funds from their bank, then you're going to have to find out where they're going to be getting the money from. So verify that. And then the fourth thing that you can really do to protect yourself against this is get a big earnest money deposit. Okay, so these are the things that you've got to look out for when you are trying to sell your house, essentially by owner to an investor at a discounted wholesale price. Now, there's nothing really wrong with that. There's plenty of people out there that buy properties and give the homeowners as much as they possibly can at wholesale prices. I happen to be one of those people. But there are a lot of scammers out there, and you just really got to be careful. So if you're ever approached by one of these people and you at least just want an opinion on what to do next, you should give us a call. Of course, if you're thinking about buying or selling, give us a call too. Our office number is very simple, 214-295-5060. Visit us at mydallashomefinder.com. Start your home search today. Thanks for watching this and happy selling.